And, this is the week one. Are there any early waiver claims to help your team on Sunday?
Absolutely. If you look at your draft, you look at something, you're like, I don't feel good about this. Play your gut. And actually right before we went on, I went over this with somebody. So if you're not following our fantasy football discussions group on Facebook, you need to follow that. I interact with everybody. I answer every question that gets thrown at me there. And theirs was like, I think they were debating about Adam Thielen and stuff like that. And it brings up an interesting point because one of my players that nobody is really talking about, nobody is really, he's probably available in most leagues. He probably was not drafted, is KJ Osborne. Adam Thielen is an injury prone 32-year-old wide receiver for the Vikings at this point. He's still a good receiver when he's healthy, but if you watched anything last year, KJ Osborne started coming on. KJ Osborne is a prime breakout candidate that was not drafted in your league, almost guaranteed, because he's the number 3 wide out there. He is going to start cutting into those targets that Adam Thielen got. He quietly caught 7 touchdown passes that nobody knows about last year. That's better than some of the better named receivers.
Right.
He had 50 catches for like 500 and some yards. He's projected for 51 catches for 635 yards for like 7 touchdowns again this year. He is a target that nobody is talking about. If he is available on your waiver wire, which chances are he probably is, you need to be picking him up, especially if you have Thielen or you have Justin Jefferson as a handcuff. It is never a bad idea to handcuff one of your best players because if something happens to them, somebody has to step up. And KJ Osborne would be that guy for the Minnesota Vikings, hands down.
So name that player one more time. KJ Osborne?
KJ Osborne from the Minnesota Vikings. Right now, he's the number 3 wide receiver there.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Pick him up right now on your fantasy draft.